Someone recently asked me if I had a video on this channel about how to ask for a raise. I realized I didn't. Now I will. Keep watching and I'm going to show you a few simple steps on how to successfully ask for a raise with righteous intent. Hi, my name is Shawn Sommerkamp and this is Motivationeer Christian Coaching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. Please hit the bell icon so you can be reminded every time I post a new video, which I do 2 times per week. Please also consider becoming a member at Motivationeer.com. Your membership really supports this channel. Thank you. I decided to do these in no particular order, so I'm not going to number them. I'm just going to kind of speak them in general. Consider the personality trait of agreeableness. There are 5 main personality traits: openness, agreeableness, conscientiousness, extroversion, and neuroticism. How you score on agreeableness will affect your comfort level with pursuing a raise. Male or female alike, those of you who are high in agreeableness tend to look at asking for a raise as a burden. It's almost like you're thinking you're putting them in an uncomfortable situation asking for the raise. You're not. I recommend, if you haven't ever done this, go to understandmyself.com. It's a website, I think, run by Jordan Peterson. He developed this great personality test. Pay the $8 or $9 and do the test and get the results. If you do score high in agreeableness, make a specific mental intention of being disagreeable. Disagreeableness is not anger or sin or pride or arrogance or pushiness. It just means you're choosing to not be overly concerned with how they're feeling when you ask for something that you know you deserve. Next, have performance data to back up this request. And I'm talking about your performance data in the role that you're in. Numbers. Proof that shows that you're good at what you do and you deserve to be paid more. When we have this, it will lend great confidence to us when we ask, because we know the numbers that are important to the company, the numbers that you're being measured by, and that you've been successful in that role. Next, I always recommend go to salary.com and do their salary survey. At the time of me making this video, not sure when you're seeing this, but salary.com, if you scroll to the very bottom of the page, they have a button that you can press to get a salary report. There's a dollar range for the level of report that you want. I recommend going for the highest level one. What this does when you do the salary report, it gives you data and step-by-step instructions on exactly how to negotiate with your boss. Exactly word for word what to say. It gives you even a slide deck that shows data about your job description for the market that you're in geographically. The high-end pay, the median pay, the average pay, and then the low-end pay. And it gives you that slide deck and tells you go through these slides in this order and say this. My wife is the one who found this for me. She bought it for me years ago as a birthday gift and I did it. I set up the meeting with my boss, which by the way, I do recommend you let them know, hey, I want to meet to talk about my salary, get it in their schedule, and then I went and presented this slide deck. It took me about 5 minutes to present this, and in that 5-minute period, I got a $22,000 raise. Next, pray to find favor. I do talk about this in a lot of my videos. It's a very big deal to me. It's a very big deal in the Bible. One story of the many about those righteous people who prayed to find favor is the story of Nehemiah, who was the taste tester or cupbearer to King Artaxerxes, the Persian king. Before he went to ask for a bunch of time off and a bunch of resources from the king, he prayed to God in Nehemiah chapter 1 verse 11, asking God to allow him to find favor in the eyes of that king. Then he went and had the meeting, and as he left the meeting, it's captured in Nehemiah 2:18, something like, and because the favorable hand of my God was upon me, the king granted my request. Before you go in to have this meeting with your boss, just say a simple prayer. God, please allow me to find favor in the eyes of my boss. You can even ask that God allows you, when you present the numbers, that those numbers find favor in the eyes of your boss, and do this with confidence. The beauty behind this is it surrenders our will. It introduces God's plan and his providence into the equation, which is always where we want to be, certainly when asking for a raise. Next, be prepared mentally. Go read Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 20. It is a very wild verse. It basically tells us we cannot hide what we're thinking about. It will come out. If you don't go into that pay raise request meeting with confidence, your boss is going to read it. They're going to sense some type of deviation or instability, maybe even a little doubt in you, and the risk of not getting the raise goes way up. What we want to do is be prepared ahead of time. Really focus on what the salary.com report gives you, what your performance data that you've gathered about your own professional performance in that role. Focus on God interacting in the whole situation and really keep your thoughts focused on that. When we do that, we reduce the risk of not getting the raise greatly, and the whole experience is way more enjoyable for us. We'll feel at peace and balance when we go and do it. And lastly, in my top tips, get your negotiation hat on. You're gonna be negotiating. That means if your boss does say, okay, I like the idea of giving you a raise, you're just asking for too much, you wanna negotiate. Maybe dig in your heels. Again, going back to agreeableness, be disagreeable. If you do not have a system for negotiating, go to my website. You can become a member. It's a very tiny annual fee. Once you're a member, you can access a 2-hour video on negotiation. I teach you specific, righteous, God-glorifying strategies, step-by-step processes on how to negotiate. It will work very nicely with the salary.com survey results, the report that they give you. This is what you want to do. Learn how very quickly how to negotiate and then take that mindset with you. When you do each of these things, you'll be doing it in a righteous way, and the chances of you getting that raise are going to go way up. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for 2 new videos each week. Tell me in the comments below about your career situation and I'll make a video for you with a shout out. You can also become a member at Motivationeer.com. Your career is not just a way to make a living, it's a way to transform the world.